In the headlines, Nigerians stranded in Ukraine narrate their experience as third batch of evacuees arrive Abuja. Police in Kano parade 253 suspects for various crimes. Kano State Chapter of Nigeria Labour Congress rejects partial implementation of minimum wage. And on the foreign scene, United Nations says over 350 civilians confirmed killed in Ukraine as truce bid to evacuate civilians fails. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for joining. Now the details. Third batch of Nigerians stranded in Ukraine arrived at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, from Bucharest, Hungary, aboard Air Peace. According to the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission via its Twitter handles, 2 aircrafts provided by the federal government were assigned to repatriate Nigerians living in the Ukraine who were caught in the middle of the Russian attacks on multiple fronts. The third batch, which arrived Friday night, airlifted 174 Nigerians from Hungary, where they had fled following the war in Ukraine. About 415 people were evacuated on the first flight, while 183 people were on the second flight. Now, Nigerian evacuees from war-torn Ukraine have continued to arrive at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja. The returnees who had fled Ukraine in the wake of the conflict between the former Soviet Union and Russia had fled to border countries in Poland, Romania, Hungary, and Slovakia for safety. So far, over 700 out of the 2,090 returnees touched down Nigeria in 3 batches. Speaking to Trust TV, some of the evacuees expressed their ordeal.
The experience was actually hectic. It came to us more like an unaware thing. So it wasn't easy at all. We experienced racism, we experienced so many things, so many violent encounters with people. But all along, one thing I must clearly say is that Nigeria came through for us, and we were very proud that the Nigerian government did what amazed us.
But when the train came, it was full and they refused to open the doors for passengers to get in. So I wasn't able to go on the first day. I had to come back the next day. So I was able to take a train to Lviv. Then I got on the wrong train. So I went to the wrong border instead. So I had to go all the way back to Lviv. It was very stressful. Before I was later able to get a train that was going to Poland. Then when I got there, I was able to get on a bus which took me to the meeting points where the Nigerian bus was going to take care of the citizens.
So when we heard it was getting closer, before the night we left, I think we started hearing the bombs started getting to our side. So so many of us were hesitant, but the bomb just made us sure of what we were doing. So okay, the next morning we left. Okay, heading towards Poland. Most people were heading towards Poland as at then because other countries' borders weren't open. And then getting to Poland, it's supposed to be like give or take a 4-5 hours stuff, but there was a problem leaving Ukraine border, right? Because most were black and the train had to be free. Before it wasn't free, but then they had to be free. So people just plunged into the train. So you're in a standing train, you're in a train basically, and then millions of people are standing really like.
They only allowed, first of all, they started allowing their white women before they allowed their white men, before they now started allowing black women. Sometimes in some trains they had to drag some black men out of the train basically. So it was basically based on racism.
For sure there was a discrimination. I can't say no to that, but from my side I didn't get any discrimination. We didn't get any bad experience, but our fellow Nigerians, they really, discriminate them. I can say that. So we have that fear of like our education, everything has changed within a time. So we don't even know what to do and what will happen to our fate and our future. So we were very scared. We are scared. Till now we are scared.
Police in Kano has arrested and paraded 253 suspects ranging from suspected armed robbers, bandits, logistics suppliers, kidnappers, tricycle snatchers, and among others. Parading the suspect, Command's Public Relations Officer, SP Abdullahi Kiawa, says the clearance operations also arrested bandit supplier identified as Ali Muhammad, aged 44, as well as cattle rustlers. Items recovered from the suspect include large cache of arms and ammunition, cows and goats, weapons, vehicles, tricycles, among others. Now, a family of 5 have been reported dead following a fatal accident which occurred on Friday in Jigawa State. The spokesman of the State Police Command, ASP Lawan Adam, in a statement on Saturday confirmed the incident. He said the accident involved a lone driver at Alalabo village in Miga local government area of the state, with at least 5 persons, including a toddler, while at least 2 other persons who sustained injuries were treated and discharged at a hospital. He added that the corpses were released to their relatives for burial, adding that the incident is under investigation. Lagos State government says it is investigating a viral video showing kegs of petrol being handed out as souvenirs at an event center in the state. The State's Commissioner of Information and Strategy, Benga Omotosho, stated this in a statement issued on Saturday. He said the action is dangerous and can lead to loss of lives and property. Similarly, the Lagos State government, through the Safety Commission, said it is investigating the matter and will ensure that all parties to this reprehensible action are made to account for it, noting that safety of lives and properties of Lagosians and visitors remains a top priority to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration. Recently, a lady identified as Chidima Ogbulu caught the attention of Nigerians on social media with her choice of souvenirs at her installation ceremony as Erelu Oking. A video from the event captured a stack of 10-liter kegs containing petrol that had been lined up for guests who came to celebrate with her. Nigerians have continued to face petrol scarcity as long queues are seen in filling stations across the country. You're watching Trust News Update, coming up after the break. Why food vendors prefer charcoal over gas. Details and more shortly.
For over 10 years, an age-long conflict between herders and farmers, which has transformed into a deadly armed uprising, has claimed the lives of thousands of persons and led to the displacement of thousands of others. Talking to the key actors and victims on the conflict, Trust TV takes a dive into the heart of this conflict and brings all sides of the narratives behind the devastating conflict. In a first by any media organization, we traveled to meet one of the most notorious names associated with banditry, Kachala Turji. We also speak to researchers and experts who help us unravel the layers of the Naughty conflict.
Thanks for staying here watching Trust News Update. Another look at the top stories again. Nigerian evacuees from Ukraine narrate their experience as third batch of evacuees arrive at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. Plus, police in Kano has arrested and paraded 253 suspects, ranging from suspected armed robbers, bandits, logistics suppliers, kidnappers, tricycle snatchers, among others. In other news, Nigeria has recorded 31 new COVID-19 infections across 4 states and the Federal Capital Territory. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control data showed 6 persons were discharged after they recovered from the infection. Meanwhile, there were no recorded deaths from COVID complications. According to the NCDC, Nigeria now has a total of 254,637 infections, 249,160 recoveries, and 3,142 fatalities across the country. Food vendors in Kaduna have no difficulty choosing between using gas or charcoal for cooking. One is expensive and the other is not. But the recent ban on tree felling in the state, making charcoal a scarce commodity, makes the business even attractive. Trust TV's Fatima Laden speaks to some charcoal sellers in Kaduna. The report.
Trees play a critical role of not only preserving the environment, but also increase the quality of life by bringing natural serenity and attracting biodiversity. Nonetheless, tree felling to make firewood and charcoal is on the increase by the day in Kaduna State. The business of charcoal started booming as prices of domestic cooking gas went up. Many households resorted to using charcoal as cheap means of cooking. With a ban placed on tree felling in Kaduna State, the business is facing a setback. A charcoal vendor in Kaduna explains.
Truly, there is business. The business is initially, it used to be 800 or 1,000, but now it is up to 2,500. You see, the price has doubled in Kaduna. I think it's because the government placed a ban on charcoal business. That is why it is expensive.
Mama Abdul Samad, a food vendor who uses charcoal to cook, says the price hike in the commodity is a threat to her business.
We suffer for firewood, and the charcoal too will suffer for it. Because when they carry it enter, they catch the people and they carry and enter. Before we buy it 3,001, 3,002, but now you don't already decrease small like 2,800. We buy it yesterday. Before we buying it 1,000 to 1,005, but now everything is increased. People suffer. May they help us for Nigeria, Gabadaya. Now, nothing. We just the work. Maybe we say we work. Maybe we not work for nothing. Because before, why we buy the charcoal is 1,000 to 1,003. Yes, it's 1,500, but now it's 3,000 plus.
While the charcoal sellers and users urge the government to come to their aid by lifting the ban, the government and stakeholders on their part also call on the populace to imbibe the culture of tree planting in order to restore the biodiversity of the environment.
Now, Chief Observer, EU Election Observation Mission, Ms. Maria Arena, has described the 2022 Electoral Act as a great achievement for deepening of Nigeria electoral process. Arena said this at a news conference on Friday in Abuja while presenting the mission's final report on Nigeria's 2019 general elections. Arena said that the EU election follow-up mission noted progress with the new law and INEC reforms, but also stressed the need for further action. She said that the EU election follow-up mission to Nigeria released its report on the status of implementation of the 30 recommendations made by the 2019 EU election observation mission.
Out of the 30 recommendations we made in 19, at this time, we consider 11 to be partially implemented and 2 to be implemented. This includes 3 of the mission's priority 7 recommendations. They relate to result collation procedures, result transparency, and improving access to remedy. These progress are encouraging. The passing of the new Electoral Act is a very positive step forward. The new Act comprehensively introduces a range of measures that improve the election process. It is impressive how the National Assembly, INEC, and civil society worked together on this. It is a big achievement that paves the way for improvement in future electoral processes. Also impressive are the steps that INEC has taken, most notably in uploading polling unit results in real time so everyone can see what has been recorded. This is a major advance, making the election process more transparent. INEC has also made more information public on its website and is meeting regularly with stakeholders. These and other actions are really encouraging. However, there are very real challenges ahead for INEC. It needs to improve its operations with better planning, logistics, and oversight. This is necessary to avoid the shortcomings seen in recent elections, which can put people off taking part in elections. Another serious challenge is the introduction of new technology for the accreditation of voters in polling units. We urge INEC to do a comprehensive lessons learned exercise in the use of BVAS and to have an independent evaluation of their use and to develop a full plan accordingly. We have seen a lack of tangible action in regards to women's political participations. On Tuesday, we saw the National Assembly reject bills for increasing opportunities for women in politics. Thus, no legislative measures have been taken for reserved seats or for parties to have internal regulations promoting women in their structures or as candidates. Without serious actions, the potentials of Nigerians' women is really missed.
Staying with political matters, politicians are gearing up for the 2023 general elections, though the Independent National Electoral Commission is yet to officially lift the ban on political activities for the 2023 elections. Politicians, particularly with interest to vie for elective positions, have commenced consultations. This report by Trust TV Yusuf Akogu highlights some of the politics ahead of the 2023 general elections.
One of the first to announce his intention to contest for the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The former governor of Lagos State, who spoke with State House correspondents after visiting President Muhammadu Buhari, said he is out to fulfill his lifelong ambition.
I've informed the President of my intention, but I've not informed the Nigerians yet. I'm still consulting.
Other politicians who follow suit include the governor of Ebonyi State, David Umahi, former governor of Abia State and serving senator, Orji Uzor Kalu, former secretary to the government of the Federation, Anyim Pius Anyim, Omoyele Sowore, amongst others.
I will be running for presidency on the platform of APC.
But what are the likely verdicts of the people in 2023?
I would prefer they should give youth a chance, because for the past 60 years now, they have been ruling us, they are not leading us. So they should give youth a chance and find someone that is capable, that can lead us to our destination, not people that will just be maltreating and doing bad and so many things to Nigerians. That's what I can say. Like someone like Zulum, governor of Borno State, is a good man. He's trying, despite the Boko Haram and banditry in his state. You can see his performance and everything. Someone like Emmanuel Odom of Akwa Ibom State, he's a good man. You can see what he's doing for his people. That's the people, that's the youth we need, not our ancestors.
So it also depends on the category of young people. Is it the same, coming from the same circle, men or women? Because if we are advocating for young people to take over the economy or the government, it should be women this time, yes. If we can't get the change we desire from the men, we are ready to take over.
Nigeria is supposed to look for a new set of people, not those that have been ruling. But the challenge is this: those that have made name have already dominated everywhere. So for a new person, a new person to just come out and say he wants to rule now, and he don't, if at all he's join any party, he has to queue before he can reach his own turn to say he wants to be either president or whatever. So that's the challenge we are facing in this country. The structure for new party, for new person to come, that structure is not there. And the existing one has already dominated. So we just look for the one that is manageable. You look for the demons that you can manage out of all the demons.
Younger politicians have repeatedly reacted that while the steady progression of time is about to ease out a generation that has clung to political power since the dawn of independence in 1960, there is now greater evidence that the playbook of political power and participation can no longer remain the same.
The next president of Nigeria must be somebody with a sound understanding and, if possible, experience in economic fundamentals. Nigeria is best served by a leader from 2023 with technocratic knowledge of how to manage Nigeria's economy, because that guarantees the welfare of the citizens. That has an implication for the security situation of the country, because when people don't have jobs, they go into crime. When people are illiterate and don't have education and skills, they fall prey to religious extremism or extremist ideologies. So these are the kinds of things that happen when an economy is bad.
The choice is now before the general public to decide who to entrust Nigeria to after the expiration of the tenure of the current president, Muhammadu Buhari. Yusuf Akogu, Trust Television News, Abuja.
Nigerian Labour Congress Kano State Chapter has rejected the planned pay cut by the state government. The union, in a statement issued by its state chairman, Kabiru Minjibir, on Saturday described the salary pay cut as government's sabotage plan. The chairman noted that the union met with the government and made 3 recommendations on how to go about the issue, and the government accepted 2 of the recommendations but turned down the one that has to do with the commitment of paying workers the shortfall in their salaries once the federal allocation of the state improves. According to him, although the government said it could not pay 30,000 naira minimum wage to workers due to a shortfall in the allocation accrued to the state government, there is need to re-strategize. Nigeria's Apex Bank wants Nigerians to see the naira as critical symbol of national identity, as well as respect it and keep it clean. Fatima Saleh Laden reports that the call is against the backdrop of cases of mutilating the national currency and spraying during social events.
Central Bank of Nigeria's Director of Corporate Communications Department, Osita Nwani Sobi, says there is need for Nigerians to respect how they handle the naira notes, as the bank will ensure the availability of clean notes.
Let me urge you to see naira as one of the critical symbol of our national identity. I enjoin you to respect and keep it clean. Do not spread. Do not spray, hawk, mutilate, or counterfeit the naira. On our part, we shall ensure we continue to make clean notes available.
He also says the modernization of payment system and increasing number of fintech solutions that offers new capabilities to consumer lend credence to launch the e-naira. In a related development, the Nigerian Communications Commission says the competitiveness of Nigeria depends on ability to leverage new technologies, as the number of active mobile subscriptions reaches 195.9 million users.
In Nigeria, the number of active mobile subscriptions reached 195.4 million in December 2021, with internet subscribers exceeding 141 million and a broadband penetration 40.88%. In this new environment, the competitiveness of Nigeria, for instance, depends on ability to leverage new technologies.
It is believed that the telecoms consumers using the services daily have played a positive role on the sectors of the economy in terms of increased automation of processes and digital transformation in service delivery. Fatima Saleh Laden, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
Now to some business. Nigerian Exchange Group's profit after tax rose by 22% at the end of the 2021 financial period. The chairman, NGX Group, Abimbola Ogunbanjo, stated this in its audited results ended December 31, 2021 on Friday. Commenting on the results, he commended the progress reported for FY 2021 across strategic, operational and financial aspects of the group's business. The audited results reveal that its gross earnings rose by 13% to 6.8 billion naira from 6.0 from 6.0 billion naira, while its revenue rose by 14.9% from 5 billion naira in 2020 to 5.8 billion naira in 2021. It also said the group's profit before tax increased by 25.4% to 2.4 billion naira, while its profit after tax rose by 22.2% to 2.3 billion naira from 1.84 billion naira recorded in the corresponding period of 2020. United Nations Monitoring Mission says at least 351 civilians are confirmed to have been killed in Ukraine. Monitors from the Office of the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights reveal that many of the civilian casualties were due to explosive weapons with a wide impact area, including shelling from heavy artillery and multi-launch rocket systems and from missile and air strikes. The office believes that the real figures are considerably higher, especially in government-controlled territory and especially in recent days, as the receipt of information from some locations where intensive hostilities have been going on was delayed and many reports were still pending corroboration. Meanwhile, Russian leader Vladimir Putin says that there is nothing that warrants imposing martial law in Russia at this point. Putin's comment followed days of speculation that the introduction of martial law could be imminent. The Russian president said that martial law is imposed in a country in the event of external aggression, including in specific areas of hostilities, and said that it is not the situation with Russia. And now in sports news, Australian Open doubles champion Thanasi Kokkinakis won a decisive singles rubber to power 28-time winners Australia through to the next stage of the Davis Cup on Saturday, with South Korea toppling Austria to also make the grade. Leighton Hewitt's Australians went into day 2 tied 1-1 with Hungary and were fighting an uphill battle after Fabian Marozsan and Mate Valkus upset John Pierce and Luke Saville to clinch the doubles 6-4, 6-4. Kokkinakis last played in the Davis Cup 7 years ago, but recalled after claiming a first ATP singles title in Adelaide this year, then winning the Australian Open doubles crown with Nick Kyrgios. The in Seoul 65th ranked Kwon Soon Woo steered South Korea over the line with a hard-fought 7-5, 7-5 victory over Austria's 143 ranked Denis Novak. With that, we wrap up Trust News Update. Connect with us via our social media platforms, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch us live. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thank you for watching.